Hello guys, my name is Alexander Wetton and I'm here presenting my presentation for my FMP. So, starting off, here is my proposal. So, this is the techniques I've learned over the last couple of years and what I'm gonna do with my projects. Um, so, Uh, Also, here's the project concept. So, four agents have been slaughtered by a Russian spy who has stolen a hard drive containing every profile of MI6 agents. One agent is taken to hospital after being exposed to the Russian nerve agent and dies in bed. Agent Carl Lazarus Asher has been sent by MI6 agents to investigate a crime scene operating within the Just Alex hospital. The Russian spy is using the hard drive to target the agents from a list of names, and their next target is K.O. Asher. K.O. Asher wears a cream 1930s detective trench coat with blonde hair. He takes notes, carries a satchel, smokes a lot to keep himself thinking, and the about the investigation. Okay, so here is similar productions, and yes, and this is testing out my ideas how I'm going to assemble sets and beds. We will not construct the models. Apart from that, is going to transform. Yeah, so I'm only constructing one of the models in my film. Yes, and here's my like evaluation on how I'm gonna make things and commissioning and that. Yeah, so moving on to research reports. Oh, so here's my research report. So here is my synopsis, and here's my introduction. This is my proposal. Uh, yeah. This is like the proposal I just showed you. Uh, this is about me testing out my ideas. This is the pitch, so character profiles. Uh, these are my character profiles screenshot from the pitch. All the models I have looked, all the models may not look exactly like the models I have. I have changed some of the characters due to cast reasons, and Gary Allen is supposed to be an American character, but instead to change the character's voice, having a posh British accent instead. All the other characters are the same on the pitch, uh, apart from their physical features seen on the images. Having a pitch will help the development of my characters when I write the script and pitch the profile to the actors. So here's my target audience. So Generation Z, people who were born in this generation are strongly connected to the internet and social media, and they have been relying on technology, and they were born. Generation Z is often referred to as the Alpha Generation. These groups of people are more likely to fall into the category of social pressure due to things like the internet and social media impacting on their lives hugely. So the generation has reduced the attention span of individuals to 7 seconds, whereas before with the previous generation, the millennials had the attention of 11 seconds. Due to the attention span have decreased massively to 7 seconds, people of this generation are relying on more visual imageries, which is entirely true because I can compare myself with Generation Z. And here is the audience profile. This is just like short attention that my audience have. BBC E4 audience, 16 to 34 years old. Netflix and YouTube streamers. So social media, Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. Technology mobiles, computers and tablets. Uh, fashion is trendy. Listen to contemporary music. Visual using more imagery than text, which is something I can compare with as well. So my video uses a lot of uh, visual like content. Casual workers, I aim to send this project to my individuals from the ages of 15 and over. Okay. This is like online survey, so the majority of stream movies and videos from smartphones, not many stream from TV to computers. So this is understandable because we live in a generation where people are more reluctant to their mobiles. So the majority of responses stated that comedy is their favorite genre of film, which is understandable. Half of my audience said 10 to 20 minutes is the maximum they would watch an animation. For the other responses stated for 5 minutes or less. More than a quarter of responses said they stream animations monthly and said either or not weekly and yearly. So the majority stated that they watch animations monthly. So the further responses are aware on the theme of dystopian. So as this is a concept of dystopian, I researched a variety of different responses. So, I mean, I received a variety of different responses. At the end, the majority said the idea was interesting and different. Some stated that it's controversial and not appealing. I did this survey to get feedback from students in class. It came in very useful because it favored what my audience favor. Okay, here's my social listening. So these are all the character actors that I'm casting in my production. So yeah, and here's myself, and here's my secondary research. So death of ex-Russian surgeons, Skripal and daughter Yeli Skripal. So this is just article on what has happened of most recently. And yeah, pictures of what has happened, like news articles and pictures. So this is like an incident that happened in 2006. A poisoning of Alexander Leonkenko. I think that is how you pronounce his name. He, yeah. So they both died similar, different ways. So I got some information on the nerve agent. So it's containing toxic chemicals that cause the nerve system not to function properly. After someone has been exposed to the weapon, the side effects can be severe or be life-threatening. The symptoms of being exposed to a nerve agent are difficulties breathing, finding it hard to move, and hard to digest food. So nerve agent can be treated with healthcare. Teachers provide location to stop the patients are referred to a secure location. Okay. Right. So this is just every sort of info I need on the nerve agent, and here's my target audience. So this production is suitable for viewers from 15 years and over. Contains moderate forms of adult language, use of tobacco and violence. There are no preferences to sexual imagery. The genre of this film is a spy crime horror themed story. BBC E4 target audience. So this is just all my research and the commissioning process. So also the similar products, at least three, was Skyfall. Skyfall is an action thriller spy movie. It's set during the present, where a former agent of MI6 has gone rogue, hires a henchman to steal a hard drive holding all the information on MI6 agents and takes revenge by committing cyber terrorist attacks on MI6. So the reason why this production is very similar to mine is because a former like a Russian spy has stolen a hard drive from the MI6 agents and is targeting them currently for a list. Exactly how they did it in Skyfall. So yeah, and here's a screenshot of the broken hard drive. So this is the antagonist. Silver uploads all the pictures of the agents. So he makes it all public. So it leads to a cyber terrorist attack, which isn't something I've been doing with my production. So also Arrow is an action crime superhero TV show set in a fictional city called Starling City. In the series, the main character, Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, protagonist is on a quest to target a list of names in a book left behind from his father's dying wish. The difference between my production, Spy, and Arrow Season 1 is the protagonist targets people from a list instead of the antagonist. So there's a screenshot from the episode of Arrow, Olive Queen ticking off the list of names, and also there's Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes is redemption of readaptation of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's novel. The series Sherlock Holmes is set in the present day, so Dr. Watson is so they've remodernized it. So Watson is a former soldier who fought in Afghanistan, and works with Holmes on his crime investigations in London. Sherlock is very eccentric character like Cal. Cal is the character in my production with Asperger's. They both have Asperger's and have a companion inspector, and like my character has an inspector called companion Inspector John Lance. Both characters are private investigators and have a unique way of thinking when working out a case. Like, for instance, Sherlock has his own mind palace, and that's what he calls it in the show. Here is my visual research of all the pictures. Yeah, so I got pictures of the hard drive, got pictures of the incidents, of the poisoning and the Cold War. Got pictures of the effects of the nerve agent. Got like nerve gas. I got pictures of hospitals because my film is set in a hospital. These are influential directors, cinematographer, artists. So Vance Empire is a famous stop motion, clay motion animator, and the work of Stephen Moffat. I like the way he writes his scripts. Yeah, some photographs, artworks, experiments in Final Cut Pro and After Effects, camera focus directly onto the subject. This technique is seen usually in documentary interviews. So this is just like I looked at online tutorials and the techniques, and these are like online tutorials like for interviews and stuff. And what I wrote is that how it influenced me. So the production research of video and audio is what I've been doing. So this is just like my research. So budget, so I bought all the models, super glue, paint, paintbrushes, gaffer tape, camera, tripod, lights, microphones, SD cards, studios, and here's my pre-production work of the sets in progress, and here's like my film and audio, so post-production, yeah, evaluation and audience feedback, and here's my conclusion. Yeah, let's go to my website, which I forgot to put. Oh God. Here's my Wix site. The link. Oh, I forgot. Here is the link. So here's my website, Just Alex Productions. Here is my animated logo, and talking about my current production, which is The Spy. Spy, and here's my about page, like my profile. There is me, and here's my FMP page, which is my current project, The Spy, and here is my one-page proposal explaining everything in my movie, and here are the test shots. Film the Spy, so this is the FMP, this is the final production, final edit, and here's my animatic. The animatic is everything I did before I started filming. Indeed. Pre-production, this is all pre-production paperwork as I put in my work in my research report. Here's my film and audio, so everything I've done and all experiments I've done. Here's my post-production, the lighting, color board, After Effects. So this is everything I did in post-production as I was editing my film. Here's workshop, everything I've done, like so from keying, stop motion, camera angles, lighting, stitch, and then here are my contact details, and here is just the entire production page. Sorry, sir. Okay, moving on. One more thing is the reflected journals. Well, basically, I was reflecting with the previous idea that I had an original idea when I first started filming. Was based on what if the Nazis won the war instead of the Allies. So I made like an idea, but unfortunately a lot of people said it was going to be controversial, which is understandable, and I had no intention to offend any ethnic groups. So what I decided to do was move on and change the concept on the advice of my teachers. Here is the original set. I had to reflect on this before I changed my project concept to the incident of the Russian spy. So, well, this significantly affected my production, affected like set making. So I had to change it instantly. So here's my reflective journal. So everything I've reflected on, like I've even reflected on like post-production and filming. So yeah, and here's my evaluation. So I'm not far off finishing off my production, like my reflective journals. I've still got 2 more weeks to finish. I still have my bibliography to put in my proposal as well. So now moving on, we're going on to The Spy is my production. So here it is. So I am very proud of the lighting here. Not too proud because it's slightly a bit too dark. I tried to put the lighting on, but like lighting up a torch effect in After Effects, but it didn't go down as well. I like sound effects. I think that's the only reason why my film was saved.
Oh, thank you.
No worries. You need anything else?
I think I need a rest, in fact.
Okay, sleep tight. Oh shit! I need medics over here immediately.
I do
right
think
now.
that part of the animation has been rushed. For instance, the flashing lights, as you see now, like the lighting keeps changing from time to time. Unfortunately, but I do like the sound effects and the music. It sits well in the atmosphere. I do like the sets; they do look good, and I do like some of the rendering of lighting, like with the colouring board. But I do think it could have been slightly better because it doesn't look like it's been in a hospital.
Please examine the scene. This is Gary Allen, a forensic scientist, a student from the University of Cambridge.
It's a real pleasure to meet you, mate. Oh, hi. So,
examining the crime
I must
scene.
admit that
This
some of
guy
the
has been
acting is a
poisoned
bit
by the
off,
nerve
but
agent. This
better than
agent
what
has
I
been
could have
poisoned.
done.
Right, fact. Someone has definitely put poison in his drink. Ah, so you must be Jodie Coleman, this man's nurse.
Indeed I am.
So, Doctor, tell me what you saw.
Well, basically, I got someone to get him water
I
from the
don't like
kitchen.
some of the
I see.
animation because
Any
it's
chance
like,
you know his
it
name?
keeps like cutting.
No, but I was busy with
Because I
another
looked
patient.
it, I didn't do enough animation
So,
photographs.
I'm guessing you
so
haven't
I
got a
had to
clue what
move
he
it
looks
a
like.
couple of times.
Well, no, I know the staff there very well. I was busy at the time, and a colleague of mine told me to hand this over to the patient.
May I take the name of that colleague, please?
Certainly, officer. Her name is Dr.
I do like the
Olivia
music
Sutton.
here because it
Ta.
sort of foreshadows
That'll be
the
all for the
character.
time being.
The lighting here is not too bad, but I don't like the flashing lights.
If it isn't
Like the
the
pictures
marvellous
keep flickering.
Paul Lazarus
The
Asher,
lighting keeps
I just
changing.
knew
The
you would be
after
involved with
effects
this
aren't done by
investigation.
me, they're royal
It's a pleasure to see
found
you
on
again,
YouTube.
Inspector Lance.
Please, just
But
call me Joan.
So, what's been going
I
on with
do
you,
give
John?
them a
Hunting
credit.
down thugs and druggists mostly, and drinking. And you?
At the moment, I'm hunting down this spy who's targeting all our agents from the stolen MI6 hard drive.
You've been busy, I see. I see you haven't stopped smoking.
Ha! Of course not. I love it too much, mate. Plus, you can't really be a decent spy without smoking, can you?
Paul, are you alright? You're still alive?
Oh, just about.
I do think
Ain't
some
gonna
of the
kill me
cuts
that
aren't
easy, I
that
tell
great,
ya.
to be honest.
You fainted earlier. Dr. Coleman helped nurse you back together.
I took a recent assessment on your vitals, and apparently you have been diagnosed with cancer.
I don't like the
But a
flashing lights
licensed nurse
constantly.
diagnosing cancer on patients
If
is not on the
I don't
job
know what I
description.
did, but I think I
I thought you
repositioned
were
the
a
light
nurse,
as I kept
not a
moving.
doctor.
I can provide him with an injection to clear the body from the poison.
All right, fine. It's only going to be a bloody needle.
Some of the acting here is
Right, that's
is
settled.
amazing. Especially the guy who plays Carl
Oh,
Lazarus.
Christ, it's gone. There was supposed to be a notepad in here.
Oh, alright, I'll keep a lookout for it.
There's something about her.
The
I don't
animation here is
like.
quite smooth, but
Oh,
I do
same
think some
here.
of the cuts aren't that
Something
great,
isn't
to be
right
honest.
about Coleman.
But I
These
like
just
here
can't be
because he's
random
like
accidents.
the way
It's not
the
possible.
way it's animated looks
Who
quite
is this Olivia Sutton?
well animated, but I do think I rushed it slightly due to having changed the project concept a couple of
This
times.
all makes sense now. It's Dr. Jodie Coleman.
Bravo, you finally worked it all out, Agent K.L. Asher.
What I want to know is how. You stole the drive. You targeted agents from a list. Why?
The
I do
Russian
like some
government
of the
ordered the deaths of those
close-ups,
agents.
but I wish I did incorporate a bit
Freeze!
more
You are
animation.
under arrest, bitch. Get your
But I
hands
felt
in the
like
air. Now!
Due to like
Here's your
certain
notepad,
amount
by
of
the way.
time and having changed the project concept,
You
would have
stole
made-
me, no.
if I didn't change my project
There
concept
is no honor among
and
things.
it wasn't as controversial as it was, I do
If you
believe
kill
that
me,
my
the
animation
Russians will
would be
still
10
find
times
you
better.
and continue.
Not on my watch. You Russians are so damn predictable. Turn
I
yourself
like
in.
the music
I
here.
promise your
It's
protection.
quite interesting and it really fits in with the atmosphere.
You mean prison? Either way, you kill me or have me behind bars. There will be others to replace me. We are people everywhere.
Well, I guess I have no choice but to do this the tough way.
Indeed, give up. You've already lost many of your agents. Kiss your double O balls goodbye.
Well, I do like what I did with
That's
the
a good
lighting
one.
here because
Ha!
it's
I
actually
like
ketchup, but with the lighting, it's sort of altered and looks
Classic.
more like blood, which is quite good. I do like the music here because it fits in very well with the atmosphere, and the rain sort of fits in with the atmosphere very well.
Excellent.
You mean
I like the
prison?
flashback because
Either
it sort
way,
of
you kill
foreshadows
me or have me
potential.
behind bars.
Like,
There will be
it sort
others
of
to replace
foreshadowed
me.
that
We
there
are
was something
everywhere.
gonna happen. So yeah, and here it is. So I finished my presentation, and yeah, I am very proud of my production, even though I think I could have done a lot better. I This is Alexander Wetton signing off.